So you've used the term earlier when we were talking called Tradpub. What exactly is that?
Traditional publishing, usually referred to as the Big Five, Big Four, is kind of hard to keep track because over the past 5, 10 years, there have been so many mergers, I can't really keep track of how many there are supposed to be right now. Traditional publishing is, you know, anyone from George R.R. Martin to John Scalzi. Uh, a lot of the a lot of what you get in Barnes and Noble is considered traditional publishing or Tradpub, and depending on who you talk to, it has negative connotations. Mostly because, well, that's a very long story. But a lot of Tradpub has gatekeepers that slant particular ways and judge books less on their fun and entertaining qualities, and more on, this caters to X political bent, which drives me insane. It's like, hi, step one, is the book good? Yes? Great, let's publish it. No? Let's throw it out. It doesn't matter if it's published by, a male, feminist, disabled, trans, lesbian. I don't know.
Well, personally, like, I can see why that would be useful for some people to market a book. My struggle becomes, why are you trying to mass market books based on those qualities? And the idea of selling a book, like I said, I see why people they want to have it so that it appeals to everyone, especially at like that level. The problem is none of us we've grown up in the age of the internet. No one is interested in selling books at that level anymore, or buying books at that, because much like the music industry went through 30 years ago, I can find something that is tailored exactly and specifically to my tastes. Which is why the minute I saw the whole Iron Age thing pop up, I was like, oh, they finally realized what we realized 30 years ago with music, is that we can do this on our own. We don't need anybody else, and we can make exactly what we want to see. And so when people ask me why I'm trying to do what I'm trying to do, it's like, who wouldn't try and make more books that they like? Like, I just want to help people make the stuff I want to read.
Exactly. And one of the nice things about Iron Age is I was trying, I know people who were beating this drum 10 and 15 years ago. And it's so nice that it's a movement now. It's like, hi, welcome to the party. We have drinks. They're a little warm by now because we've been here a while.
Yeah, you dump enough liquor in them, you won't notice.
This is true. But yeah, like I said, it was so nice to see that it's now a movement that has caught on. Because, 8 years ago, there was a movement. It was based mostly around the Hugos, but it was all about pushing indie, what was good, be it indie, be it right, be it left, be it a box by the door. And it was all about pushing good material over, this this book falls in with this click, or this book hits all the right check boxes.
I think I remember Larry Correa talking about it back then.
Yeah, way back when. If you guys want a laugh, look up Larry Correa's website and Sad Puppies. If you look anywhere else, you're going to get a lot of nonsense. But it was highly entertaining.
He's very, very funny when he wants to be. He has that, what is it, the number first in customer service. I can't remember the guy's name, but
Tom Stranger.
Tom Stranger, and good lord, that stuff is funny.
Oh yeah.
It's a little, I don't know, it's a little Trumpy for me, but like the comedy itself is just like silly. It's just a silly book.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it went Trumpy, especially in book 2, mainly because, let's face it,
We were the peak,
right, right or left, Trump can be funny as hell, and you don't need to caricature him much.
Exactly. Yeah, so, we've talked about you a little bit in your past, how you got into writing. We've talked even a little bit about your writing. But one of the things that like we've talked about is that your writing kind of goes all over the place. Like you enjoy different genres and you like doing what you're going to do at the time. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about what you've done within writing? How many books have you put out so far? What kind of ground have you covered in that way?
I've written 30 books. Well, I published over 30 books. I still have a few more I've written that haven't been published yet, mainly because, well, as my last publisher said, you know what? You can take a break. We've got a few books still to be published in the queue. Relax.
As a marketing cycle, let's get them through the cycle.
But no, I've done murder mysteries. I've done urban fantasy slash action horror because, yes, I've got some Lovecraftian stuff. I've also got a lot of gunplay, and my characters use thermite. It's like, oh, wait, we've got a Bokor. Okay, we're going to dump a ton of thermite on it and see what happens. Things like that. So that's action horror. I have what is technically a vampire romance. I say technically because the first half of these books are all character driven, and the second half are all gunplay and explosions. So a lot of the vampire romance crowd go, you know what? You may have too many explosions for me. Maybe. Uh,
I mean, you're suddenly getting me interested in vampire romance. I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, well, one of the running gags I had on my website was talking about Vatican ninjas because, back when I started writing, Dan Brown was a thing, and I tripped over a line where it's, well, the Catholic Church no longer sends out assassins. It's like, wait, we have Vatican ninjas? What can I have? Where are these Vatican ninjas, and where can I find them?
Which branch of the Swiss Guard are the ninjas in?
Exactly. And for my vampire romance, I threw in Vatican ninjas who were Spec Ops division of the Swiss Guard. So I had some fun with that. I have a space opera series that was my first project that I wrote back in 1998. It started off as fan fiction, and by book 2, it had become something so radically different from the original property. I have spent the last 20 some odd years rewriting it so that it looked nothing like the original product, and now I'm on book 5 of that. It's called White Ops, which is a play on Black Ops. So I've got the space opera. I've got St. Tommy, which is urban fantasy slash horror. The vampire romance, which is Love at First Bite. Yes, I did kind of steal the series title from a movie. What else do I have? That's a good chunk of my output. I've got several other murder mysteries, some straight up thrillers, which I'm a historian by training. So, which was, I graduated with my master's in 2004. Dan Brown was big at the time. I tried reading his books, and I wrote 5 books as revenge because no, this doesn't happen like this. Okay, fine. If this yo-yo can get published with his boring writing and his crappy history, I can do better than this. I think I did, but that's another conversation.